Now, since you're the only Wake Forest fan here today, you want me to do the other half of it, or you can do both? Okay.
I'm going to go Wake Forest!
There you go. So you got used to doing that by yourself. First of all, huge thank you to whoever turned my camera in. It's the week of Thanksgiving. I'm most thankful that I left my camera in the parking lot, just sitting down in the parking lot during the game, after the game. Then this morning about 10 o'clock, I woke up thinking, I wonder where's my camera? Came back to Clemson this morning and somebody turned in my camera bag with everything in there. It was just sitting in the parking lot overnight. I tell you, this is a special, special place, Clemson is. Huge testimony. You just can't leave this kind of stuff sitting around places like Columbia and expect to be there the next morning. The Wake Forest fans were very few and far between. Talking about having trouble finding Boston College fans, finding Wake Forest fans was pretty much darn impossible. Rather than talk with Wake Forest fans here today, we decided we're going to go around and talk to the military personnel themselves. Clemson students currently, or?
Yes, sir. We're both juniors here.
All right. What's y'all's majors?
I'm doing civil engineering.
Same with me, civil engineering.
What's y'all's major?
I'm wildlife and fisheries biology.
Okay.
And computer science.
And what factor does this play into y'all's schooling here?
It's pretty big. It's a huge time commitment, you know.
Right.
But the lifestyle in general is just way different.
Right.
You know, your average student here, you know, maybe going downtown on the weekends,
Right,
going out during the week.
Yeah.
You don't really get that aspect here, so it's definitely a different lifestyle.
Oh, my family actually has a long history of military. I have a lot of Army in my family, some Navy. So I'd wanted to join the Army since as long as I can remember. I had done ROTC at the school I transferred from, which is College of Charleston, through the Citadel, and the program up here is actually fantastic. It's very good. That's one of the reasons I chose to transfer here.
Okay.
And the academics here is rigorous, which is something I wanted.
Yeah.
So.
Now, there's a rivalry between different divisions, Army and Navy and Air Force, is that correct?
A little bit, yes.
Okay. And is Army the best, you think?
Absolutely.
Part of this program here, what's this preparing y'all for when you graduate?
So as long as you're a member of this program and you make it through and you get a spot, when you graduate, you'll commission as an officer and you'll go off to wherever the Air Force wants to send you.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty cool pipeline.
What's about Clemson having this Purple Light Day in military? What's that mean to y'all being in the military?
It's good to know that everybody appreciates the military, all the sacrifice that goes into it.
With the situation going on with the world, stuff in Paris and Mali and all that, how's that affect y'all looking what y'all are moving in towards?
Well, I would say it just makes me even more proud. I'm an Air Force RTC here, and knowing I can help my country and anyone else in the world who's suffering a little bit.
Not everybody has the means in order to pay for their schooling, so through the like the Army Reserves is just a way for them to continue their education and stay within their local communities.
Where are you from originally?
I'm originally from Illinois.
So who's your college team if it's not Clemson?
Sergeant Brown, actually. Hey, Sergeant Brown, who's the team you root for?
So you're a Clemson man?
I am now.
All right, who'd you grow up pulling for now?
I didn't have a college team. I'm from Chicago. We just moved here. We just opened up the office, 1010 Tiger Boulevard. So we're Clemson Tigers from here on out. Go Tigers.
That's good. Bring your own guts this year and stuff.
BYOG, baby.
Chicago, Illinois.
All right. Now, how'd you end up here in Clemson?
Everyone asks that question. I came down to visit, absolutely loved it, felt it was right for me, and applied, got in.
Okay, and telling your friends back home what's it's like having Clemson be #1 in the nation this year.
It's exhilarating, absolutely exhilarating.
All right, well, here are some Clemson grads, the South Carolina State Guard. So what was y'all's majors at Clemson?
Mechanical engineering.
Civil engineering.
Entrepreneurial marketing.
Okay. Y'all talking about the floods and stuff going on in the state earlier this fall. Can y'all talk a little bit about what y'all were involved with doing and helping that situation?
Basically, I went to the City of Columbia Canal and spent most of my time at the City of Canal trying to help keep the City of Columbia with water for fire protection and that they could make drinking water. We also worked in the state EOC Center, helping give guidance of what areas would be flooded and heads up of where we needed equipment, where we needed people out on dams helping understand what was getting ready to happen to dams.
I was in the Emergency Operations Center and head of the strategic cell that was thinking about where the floods were going to happen next and what was going to be damaged, what was in the paths, like hospitals.
I was assisting the colonel and the major here with the planning in the State Emergency Operations Center, and then later down in the Columbia Canal
trying to make sure that the water supply stayed secure when the dike breached.
In compromise, y'all help everybody at the state. Clemson or Gamecock fans and stuff.
We're part of the same family when it came to that right there. We're all part of the same family.
After the game, we finally caught up with a Wake Forest fan. It was
It was
more difficult than Boston College fans, but we did catch up with one after the game. So tell me about it. What's it like being a Wake Forest fan?
Well, we have found that we can lose to anybody on any given day, and I absolutely think that, if it wasn't for the first half, we'd won this game.
Yeah.
So
y'all did
there
play
you go.
A good second half.
We just can't seem to finish. So, but
Okay.
but we're getting better.
Y'all are.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
When I was attending Wake Forest, we were good at basketball at least. So we had
Right.
Randolph Childress in that era, Rodney Rogers guys playing well.
Before Tim Duncan?
It was before Tim Duncan. Yeah, it
Okay.
was.
All right. Now, one thing we're confused about, though, there's a lot of stupid mascots in college, the chicken, the turkey, and all that. But y'all have the strangest mascot, we think.
The Demon Deacon.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And y'all are a Baptist school too, right?
Baptist Heritage, yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, that's
Baptist
correct.
Heritage.
Baptist Heritage. And the quick story is, we came up Deacon as our mascot, and that's what they wanted. But then pretty much the Deacon was not aggressive enough.
Okay.
So we had to add something else to the name to make it a little more scary.
Right.
So they added the Deacon in front of that. The demon in front of the Deacon,
okay.
and made it the Demon Deacon. So
Instead of fighting deacons, it went with demons.
I guess Fighting Irish was already taken, so we
Okay.
didn't want to get into
Now, what's your career, your job?
career. I'm a youth pastor now. I study religion that way, and I'm working as a church now.
Now, is there any controversial stuff? You coming from a school with a demonic mascot, now working in a church? Is that?
Most of the kids don't even know who Wake Forest is because we're in South Carolina now, so
All
it's
right.
just the way it works. I live not too far from Clemson and
Okay.
that other Gamecock school, but
Right. Okay. Now, speaking of rivals in North Carolina, who is Wake's big rival in North Carolina?
probably Duke.
All right.
Probably Duke or North Carolina, either one.
But
So it depends on
Duke-
when there's basketball or football.
Another Devil school.
Yeah, I guess we're on that. I don't know. Yeah.
Research. Y'all were originally a Tiger mascot school back.
Okay.
Y'all were started the Black and Gold and then the Tigers for about 20 years before y'all became the
I did not
Deacons.
know that.
Okay.
I did not know that.
You ever think about switching back to the Tigers? Y'all gonna stay?
Demon Deacon's going to stay around, I think. I think he's stuck.
Well, thank you so much for watching. Next week, we're going to be going to Columbia, the home of the Shamecocks, the SEC Gamecocks, to ask them questions that you want us to ask. So in the comment section below, if there's any question you'd like for us to ask Gamecock fans after the game, so we can ask them questions like, how do I lose the saddle? If you checked out that pitiful viral video of that poor Gamecock fan after their loss to Citadel. So any questions like that, or do they really think that they're actually Alabama? Just those fun questions that we always throw at each other on social media. We're going to go up and ask them in person. That'll be our show next week on Tailgating for Tigers. Speaking of comment and sharing below, look in the comment section below for the call to action this week to contact your senators. Thanks to your huge support sharing these videos, we had a great effort in getting the word out to the congressmen and the House Representatives. So the bill, anti-poaching bill, passed in House Representatives with bipartisan support, largely in part to Clemson fans out there. Now that bill is going over to the Senate, and we need you to click on that link below. This letter is geared towards your senator. So let's be Clemson loud, just like we got the bill to pass in the House of Representatives. Let's get it also passed with bipartisan support in the Senate. This is hugely important. Speaking of military appreciation, yes, this is wonderful for helping save tigers in the wild, but again, I don't think people realize how much terrorists are using endangered species parts to fund their terrorist organizations. In other words, there's a huge payoff for selling these parts on the black market, but yet the punishment for getting caught with it is next to nothing. So this anti-poaching bill is to step that up, which will cut that funding off to terrorists and also help save our mascot as fewer than 3,000 tigers remain alive in the entire world in the wild. We encourage all Clemson fans to make Columbia orange this week. Let's have more Clemson fans there than Gamecock fans. We all know by the end of second quarter, there will definitely be more Clemson fans in the stands than Gamecocks. So, hey, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. What a year to be thankful for. Thank you to all the people who served in the military and always do. Again, our thoughts and prayers to the people of Paris and of Mali who suffered terrorist attacks this past week. Thank you to all you Clemson fans being Clemson loud and proud out there for getting the word out about saving Tigers. Wonderful, great day to be a Tiger, terrible day to be a Gamecock. We'll see you in Columbia and be back next week. Go Tigers. And then next week, looking ahead, score against the Yardbirds. What do you think?
Oh, man. Chris, you got this one first. I'm thinking a shutout. I'll be honest.
I was going with the shutout, yep.
See, And I don't think Dabo's going to be nice to him. I think this is the year that Dabo's just going to lay it on him.
Yeah.
I say 52-0. That's what I'm going with.
52-0.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, thank y'all so much, and wish y'all well continue your career here. Thank you for what y'all do.
Go
Thank you.
Tigers.
Go Tigers.